Hello, dear. It's Heather, and you're watching Save Today with Heather J. I'm somebody who has spent her entire adult life living paycheck to paycheck and being one life event away from financial crisis. I created a budget in this channel as a way to kind of increase my odds in sticking with my budget and getting out of my paycheck to paycheck grind, getting out of debt, and getting savings ahead. If you're interested in joining me along this journey, I do invite you to go ahead and hit subscribe, and let's see where we go. Today's video, I choose to do a month in review and take a look at all of the positive things that have come up, and that is what today's video is. This is July's month in review. There is no bookwork, there is no writing in pen. This is just taking a look back very quickly at the month of July and seeing what good came from that. Budgeting related, but sometimes life related as well. This month, the month of July, I am behind schedule on my posting. So this isn't being filmed and posted until actually middle of August. And I have addressed some of why I got behind schedule. But let's take a look and see. July, you've heard me talk about the challenges and struggles, how hard that was for me for a lot of different reasons financially. But hey, we made it through that. And I no longer have my U-Haul storage boxes as a debt. That has been something I have been fighting to try and get quite literally since before I started my channel. Every single month that has been a focus and an issue, and it is finally done. It is out of here. It is gone. I fought tooth and nail to get there, and it's done, you guys. I now have everything I own in my home with me. That was supposed to happen about January. So we are 7 months overdue, and I have been without my stuff since late September, early October, basically, of last year. So then you're talking 10, 11 months at this point. And I'm so grateful to have everything here. Now, when I try and go make dinner, I won't get in the kitchen and realize, oh, I don't have a potato peeler to make my potato salad with. I don't have a cheese grater to grate my cheese with. Oh, I don't have a cookie sheet to bake this on. So I have it all here. Now, at the time I'm filming this, I don't have it all unpacked, but I have it here. So that is number one. The U-Haul is no longer a bill. $300 a month, no longer a bill. I was stressing out and trying really hard to find $2,600 to get that to me. Ultimately, I had to get $4,000 to get that to me. It is here. It is done. I have it. I have it. I have it. I have it. That in and of itself is all the celebration I need. However, other good things did happen. I started the payment on my last credit card, the one that I thought was paid already. But I got that back on track and back on plan, and we're moving forward with that. And then as I was looking over kind of my debts and desires, I realized that if we take out my student loans, I'm actually under $1,000 in debt at this point. And I'm just going to pull that over here real quick. If we see, I did have $7,980.51 at the end of July as my debt in holding. If we take out this $4,500 and this $2,048, this right here is $999.51. So just barely under $1,000. So that is very exciting. I can see these happening very quickly and getting into a payment plan. Some of you who do this budgeting journey longer than me and who have followed some of the like Dave Ramsey is the only name I know, and some of those other like actual professional budgeting people would disagree that I have less than $1,000 in debt, because I am currently paying that credit card. That credit card is still considered debt. I did borrow $1,000 from a family member that at some point I have to get back to them, and that actually truly is still debt. But that isn't how that sits for me in my head, and maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Take that as you will. But for me, when I'm actively making a payment plan on it and it's being taken care of, for me that stops being debt and starts being a bill. And so that's what I'm looking at, is what do I actually owe at this point in time that I'm not yet taking care of, that I don't yet have the funds for. And I'm very, very excited to think that that's less than $1,000, to think that I have a plan in place for when I think those things are going to happen. And I can probably get that all taken care of. And I'm going to use air quotes there, taken care of, because again, that's not going to be gone. It's just going to be payment plans and in my monthly budget. It is my intention and my hope to have that done before October. I want my only debt that is still on my debts and desires at the point of October to be those student loans, because that's when student loans will become, when payment pauses stop, and I'm going to be required to pay that, and I need that to be my focus. Now, I'll still be paying my credit card at that point in time. I probably will still be paying the old rent at that point in time, but that just is the last thing to have to bring in there. So that is very, very exciting to me. You know, the biggest thing was that U-Haul. Oh, glory be that U-Haul is done. And then this stocking that I was working on in the background is also done. I definitely took a pause on working on this at the same time I took a pause on the channel. My plate was full, both my mental, emotional state as well as the physical time I had available to me was all full up, and there wasn't any extra time for that. But I did get this done, completed, at the time I got my monthly budget done and completed. And again, I'll use air quotes on that because I do feel a tiny bit like that was a cheat, but I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna roll with it. This is done, and if you may recall, I began working on this in 2014. Here it is, 2023. I've been working on this for 9 years, and honestly, I've been working on it. It's been sitting folded up, packed away for most of that time. This Jack Skellington, mostly his jacket and a little bit his pants. This whole Jack Skellington gave me fits and challenges every step of the way. I literally had to start and stop and redo and do over 6 times on that, because I was definitely trying to do something that was way over my skill level. But I got there in the end. And it's finally done. I at one point asked my son if he wanted me to change this date. I did save my little numbers template, and he said, no, just finish it. Don't give yourself more work. Just give it to me. I want it. In whatever state it's in, I want it. So it's done, and I'm actually very, very pleased with it. I will probably never, ever, ever in my life try and redo that or try and make something like that. I'm sure I will continue to over and over try and attempt to do something that's way beyond my skill level. But it's done, and I'm happy with it. And I got those little bells where I wanted them to be, and the ruff is hand stitched on all the way around. Jack Skellington is done. My Zero Dog. These 2 things here were the hardest thing for me to figure out. They were the things that held me up. Most of this really was done within that first year. This was the challenge, and it's done, and I get to move on to the next thing. I have a lot of next things that are waiting for me to get back to them, so I will be very, very busy. And my friends, that is it. That is my month in positive review. I'm still struggling with what to call these month-end videos, because I do want that positivity to be part of the title, part of what I call that, because that's what that is to me. I need to focus on the good. Hallelujah. what a wonderful end of the month this is to have that out from underneath me and to be able to breathe again. Thank you, dear, for hanging on with me in this journey. Thank you for your patience with me as I was delayed several weeks. Thank you for reaching out and asking me how I'm doing and making sure everything's okay, and for letting me know, those of you who are here for this craft journey, that is working for you as well as it is for me. My last 2 videos, I have also really addressed some of the positives in my YouTube journey, and I didn't take the time this time. I'm realizing just now as I'm speaking to you that I didn't take the time to kind of research that and see where my numbers have climbed. But what I have noticed is that my reach has expanded. The first couple of months, it was people within the United States, females who were within my age category, and that has spread a little bit. I have had some views that are outside the country. I have had some views that are from males as well as from females, and I have had some views from people who were in a slightly younger age bracket than me, which I just was kind of excited to see and was interested to note that. I think I'm going to end this video. I will let you know that I plan to just get right started on my August videos, because again, this is mid-August. I have all of my beginning of August videos to do, so I'm going to try and back-to-back those, and then I can get those released over, you know, every night over the next little bit to get caught up and be where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, so thank you. Wherever you are today and whatever it is you're doing, have fun. Bye-bye now.